You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a new mini-box in the game, Dimension of the Wizards. Is this mini-box any good? Is this mini-box suitable for free-to-play players? Let's dive into the support it contains and let's discuss about it. First off, let's start with Arcanite Magician, the cover art of this box. I think this level 7 synchro boss monster is good, and it is a spell counter support monster, which I don't think makes a great difference to spell counters. To be honest, these decks, spell counter decks, they have never been relevant in duelings, they have never been meta, so they need some good support, some really good support to become meta. So do we get that in this box? Not really. Arcanite Magician is good. We also are getting Defender the Magical Knight and an interesting quick play spell, which is just normal mythical bestiality. But still, these cards are not enough in my opinion to make spell counters meta. If they do become a good deck, they will most likely not be free-to-play friendly, because they will most likely either run Silent Magician or Breaker the Magical Warrior, or maybe both of those monsters, which are not free-to-play monsters at all. So why won't they become good? Main problem, I would say, is Canadias and Floodgates, because they are everywhere in the meta right now, and spell counters that you have on a card will get removed if it gets floodgated. So that's not really helpful for your deck, or the consistency of the deck, or the viability of the deck. Now let's move on to the psychic support we get in this box, which I think is really interesting. First of all, this ultra rare guy right here, Psychic Wielder, is an amazing card. Probably the best card in the box, and I love the fact that it's not just a great card for psychics, it's a generally good tuner. So like Junk Synchron, we get another great tuner in a mini box, so kudos to Konami for that. This guy can be even comboed up with Junk Synchron, because they are both level 3. Of course, it can be played with psychics as well, so what other psychic support do we get in this box? We get Psychic Commander, that is also level 3, and Psychic Tracker, that is also another level 3 monster. And of course, we also get Espergirl. Now, I think all these cards are interesting. We get 3 of those that are tuners, and of course Psychic Tracker, that it's not a tuner but has a nice effect. Now, already existing support for psychics can kind of help this deck, but in my opinion they need good synchro monsters. So what good synchro monsters we get in this box that can be paired up with these cards I just showed you? So first of all, we get Psychic Life Transfer, the only psychic centric card as far as synchro monsters go, but it's not good, so I don't think this one will be played. We also get Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth. This monster, it's not a psychic at all, as you can see, but it can be played with this deck. Then what else do we get? We get probably the most interesting synchro monster, Naturia Landoise. So maybe a Naturia card, but it still can be played with psychics, and I think it is a good synchro monster. Has kind of a harsh requirement, but if it works, it's a great card. So you can run that with psychics, and in my opinion, psychics became better, and some interesting decks will come out of them. Now, since I already talked about Naturia Landoise, let's transition to a deck that has a special place in my heart because it was my first King of Games deck ever. So that deck is Naturia's. So, Naturia Mantis. I think that this card is good. It will be a core 3 of in a lot of Naturia decks in the future, and it will help them quite a lot if they do become meta. But is the rare and normal monster support enough in this box to make Naturias great again? Let's say. So we get Cosmobit, Cherish and Ragweed as rares. I do not think these monsters are crazy good, and I don't really like the normal monsters either in Vayne, Rose Whip, Tulip and Ladybug. But the good thing is that in this box, Naturia Pumpkin gets reprinted. So I think Naturias do have potential to becoming a meta deck again. Probably not top tier, but I am super interested to see some decks come for Naturias, and now that we have Synchro Summoning as well, maybe we can pair them up with Psychic Wielder? Who knows, but I think they do have potential. Naturia monsters and Psychic monsters are probably the best support in this box. So now let's go over to the Madolche support, an archetype in my opinion that hasn't been good so far in Duel Links at all, but now they get some interesting support. Personally, I do not like the archetype, but I do believe the support makes them a lot better. Not sure about meta though, I don't think so. But Magilane, good searcher, and then probably a card you will need at 3 if you decide to play a Madolche deck is Hoodcake. So these cards are interesting and I think they do make Madolches kind of interesting, but the rest of the cards for Madolches like Marmalade and other normal monsters we get, I don't think they are that good. The bad thing about Madolches, especially if you're a free-to-play player, you will most likely need to open from past boxes if you already don't have all the support for the archetype, because in Burning Nova there are some rare monsters that might be really useful in a Madolche deck. Now if you pay attention good enough, you can smell the tilt on the horizon with Golden Castle of Stromberg and the whole story around this Golden Castle. Like we have Disney princesses, we have Iron Cages, we have the Princess Scene and the Glass Slippers, the Iron Cage that I mentioned right here, and then we have the Pumpkin Carriage and all that stuff, okay? That are so weird to me, but I have the feeling that someone will find a tilty strategy to play with this deck that will annoy all of us on PvP. I don't think it will be top meta though, so let's keep going. We have the rest of the ultra rare and the super rare cards that I did not talk about, and I will start off with Dimensional Prison. So this card is a good card, but in a meta with Ancient Gears, I don't think it will be really meta relevant. It can tilt people, for sure, it can tilt a lot of decks, for sure, but after the ban list, Ancient Gears will be top meta. And that means that this deck, along with Sakuretsu Armor, Wall of D, and all the cards of that sort that can only be activated in the battle phase, I don't think that it will make a huge difference to the game. It's a card that we all wanted, but came a little bit too late and will take some time in order for it to be good. And fun fact, I totally forgot to talk about, in the whole fairy tale scenario with Golden Castle, Glyph the Phantom Bird, one of the tiltiest cards in the box. I think this card can be good and will totally be played in the Golden Castle deck if that becomes relevant. And the last cards we have in the box, Millennium Eyes Restrict, which I don't think is good, Rocket Hand, also bad, and then we have Elemental Hero, Look at Me, I'm Dark, so you're gonna play me. So that's pretty much it, I think, and Psychic Wielder, best card in the box. That was my review for the box. Now as far as the free-to-play spending opinion goes, should you buy this box? You need to look out for Psychics and Naturia. So if these decks, you see them as promising, you like them, you want to play with them, sure, go ahead, buy the box. Now if any decks come up and you see deck lists and like them and you think they're gonna be in the tier list, sure, go ahead and buy. If you do buy the box, pay attention to your research. Psychic Wielder, you need this card 2 or 3 times at least, in my opinion. Best card in the box, so pay attention to that. That's pretty much it, I think. You can leave any comments with questions and we can discuss down in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed and I helped you, and of course don't forget to subscribe for more. Also join my Discord for more talk about this box. Link in the description. Thank you for watching, see you in the next one.